Welcome. Today we're going to work your abdominals and upper body. Stretch your arms up to the sky, elongate and extend your spine. Dive down, flex forward, stretch your low back and your hamstrings. Hands on your ankles, look up to stretch your spine. Hands on the mat, jump back to plank. Hold plank. Rock forward, drop your hips, extend the spine into upward facing dog. Back to plank and push back into downward facing dog, pushing your heels into the ground to stretch your calves, hamstrings, and decompress your spine. Get ready, we're going to lift one leg way up to the sky, then down into plank and bring your knee to your chest. Back to up dog. Stretch that leg up to the sky, plank, knee to chest. We're doing 5 of these. Down dog, leg up, stretch, stretch. Back to plank, knee towards your nose, into your chest. Down dog, stretch that leg up. Back to plank, knee in. Down dog, stretch that leg up, stretching the front of your thigh. Come into plank, bring the knee into the chest and hold. Tighten your abs. Your abs are working here. Push back into down dog with both legs down. Take a stretch break. Get ready. Plank, up dog, stretch, plank, down dog. Get ready for the other leg to lift. Lift up, stretch to the sky. Down to plank. Knee into the chest. Down dog, stretch the leg up to the sky, stretch the front of the thigh. Back to plank, knee towards your nose, into your chest. Leg comes up to the sky, stretch, plank, knee to chest. We got 2 more. Leg comes up to the sky and down dog, plank, knee to chest. Last one coming up. Stretch that leg up as high as you can stretch it. Down into plank, knee towards your nose and hold. Tighten those abs. Good. Push into down dog with both legs down and stretch. Jump in towards your mat. We're going to get ready for your first set of upper body with abs. But of course we're going to start with some pelvic tilts to get your abs engaged and ready to stabilize your low back. So you're going to roll your pelvis, flatten your abs, flatten your low back down, get those abs ready. Knees in. We're going to just rock your knees in and away from your body a few times just to get those abs warmed up. Okay, grab your weights. We're going to do flies. Arms are going to open out to the sides and then come together. Your knees crunch in as the weights come together. Your knees extend out as you fly out. So out and in, both with your legs and your arms at the same time. You're working chest, pectorals, and abs. Keep your low back down the entire time. We're doing 10 of these. So crunch in, open out. Crunch in, open out. Knees and hands in. Great. Next is overhead with single leg lifts. So the arms are coming straight over your head, stretching and strengthening your lats and your shoulders. And you're bringing the weights towards that lifting leg. Let's switch legs. We're going to do 5 of each. The stationary leg is hovering over the ground, making it challenging for your abs. On the second set, coming up, I put the stationary leg down on the mat and just lift the one leg up and down. And that's a option if you're having difficulty keeping your low back down on the mat. We got 5, and then we switch. So one leg comes up and down to meet the weights that are coming up over your head and stretching your lats and your shoulders. right, we have head bangers, bending the elbows and straightening them straight up to the sky. As you're lifting your pelvis straight up off the mat. So you're working this time your abs from the bottom up. You're lifting your pelvis up, the legs are punching up to the sky. Your elbows are straightening to work the triceps, the back of your arm. Great. Supine twist for a rest and a stretch. Bend the knee, bring it over, keep the shoulder down, twist. Other side, knee comes up and over, keep your shoulder down, spinal twist. Good. Knees towards your chest to stretch the low back. If you want, you can straighten those knees, grab your feet, your calves for a hamstring stretch. We're going to come back up to standing. So we're going to up to standing, stretch the arms up to the sky. Dive down, forward flexion, stretch the low back and the hamstrings. Hands on the ankles, look up to stretch the spine. Hands on the mat, jump back to plank. Hold plank, and then drop your hips forward, extend into upward facing dog. Plank. Push back into down dog. Stretch your calves and your hamstrings. Decompress your spine. Okay, now we're going to bring knee in, but stay in plank. So one knee is coming in, 5 repetitions. Bend the knee and bring it right in towards your nose. Tighten those abs. Staying in plank, a one-legged plank. Good. Knee in. One-legged plank, other leg. 5 of the other leg. Straight in and back to plank, or back to a one-legged plank. Knee in, one-legged plank. Crunch that knee in, tighten the abs, extend out. Crunch that knee in, extend the leg behind you. Crunch in, extend, and you're back in plank. Both feet down. Drop the hips, upward facing dog, plank, push back for a rest and a stretch into downward facing dog. Push back up to standing. Okay, we have our second set of abs. So grab your weights for your flies. Knees are going to crunch in as you bring the weights together. Knees extend out, legs extend out as you fly those arms out. So crunch in, stretch out. Crunch in, stretch out. We're doing 10 of these. Crunch in and out. Crunch in, stretch out. Keep your low back flat. Notice my legs aren't going that low because I want to keep my low back flat. Overhead arms are next with a single leg lift. So the arms stretch over the head with the weights, working lats and shoulders. That leg is coming up to meet the weights for 5. Switch legs. Straight leg raise, working quads here, along with the upper body, lats and shoulders. Other leg is hovering on the ground, and that adds to the abdominal muscle challenge. If it's too much for you, you can always take that other leg, the stationary leg, and just drop it down to the mat. And last set of 5. 2, 3, overhead, together, and 5. We have head bangers with pelvic lifts. Push the weights up, bending and straightening the elbows. The abs are working from the bottom up. The pelvis lifts straight up off the mat. So your booty is lifting straight up. Your feet are going up into the sky with the triceps. Knees to chest for a stretch. If you want, straighten the knees, grab the feet or the calves for a hamstring stretch, or the back of the thighs, wherever your flexibility is. Supine twist, stretch. Supine twist to the other side. Remember to keep the shoulder down. Before we stand up, we're going to do another trunk rotation stretch. So you're going to bring one ankle towards the outside of the other knee. Elbow comes to the outside of the bent knee, and look behind you, rotating your spine. And then switch sides. Elbow comes to the outside of that bent knee, and look behind you to rotate your spine. Great. We're going to stand up again. Extend the arms up to the sky. Elongate your spine. Extend. Dive down, forward, bend. Hands on the ankles, look up, stretch the spine. Hands on the mat, jump back, plank. We got mountain climbers coming up, 50 altogether. Oh, I'm sorry. We're doing diagonal rotation, single leg to the opposite shoulder, in plank. There we go. Other leg. So you're going to rotate. Bring the leg towards the opposite shoulder, staying in plank, staying in a one-legged plank as that leg is rotating over to the shoulder and coming back. Rotate, back, plank. Now we got mountain climbers. 4, 5, 6, you're going to do 10, straight in, bring those knees straight in. Second set of 10, rotate the knees, they're coming towards the opposite shoulders. This is a quicker pace here. Sets of 10, straight in, knees, bring them straight in. Hold your plank, hold the strong plank as you bring those knees in. Now diagonal. This is your 4th set. Last set, knees come straight in, mountain climbers in plank. Abs are tight, abs are working. Awesome. Drop the hips, upward facing dog for a stretch to the abs. Push back into downward facing dog, stretch and rest. Calf and hamstring stretch, spine decompression. I'm going to walk over to the mat and do some cat camels. So you're going to, in quadruped, extend your spine and flex it. Hold it flexed and sit back towards your heels, getting a good stretch in the low back. Back to quadruped, extend, flex, and sit back. Holding that stretch. We have our last set of abs and upper body coming up. Flies. Crunch the knees in, hands come in, set of 10. Good. Pecs and abs. Knees in and knees extend. Again, notice my legs aren't going that low as I extend because I'm a little tired here, so I don't want my low back to come up off the mat. So I'm keeping the knees a little higher. Good. Overhead. Bring the arms overhead. Single leg to the weights. 5 reps. 4, 5. Switch legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch. Stationary leg is hovering. Abs are tight. Low back is flat. Good. Working lats as you're stretching overhead. And switch legs. Last set. Leg comes up and down with the weights. The weights are meeting the leg. 4, 5. Awesome. Headbangers. Elbows bend. Push up to straighten. Pelvis is lifting straight up off the mat. Feet are going straight up to the sky. You're working your abs from the bottom up. Great. You did it. Knees to chest. Stretch and rest. Straighten out your legs for hamstring and low back stretch. Again, you can grab your feet, your ankles, your calves. Supine twist. Supine twist to the other side. Keep that shoulder on the ground. Spinal twist. Let's do a few pelvic tilts. Now we're going to lift up into a bridge. Pelvic tilt. Lower down one vertebrae at a time. And you did it. You had a great workout. Thanks for joining me. Bye.